My name is Bill Dodd. Born and raised in Calgary, Alberta. I was a member of the Calgary Police Service for 25 years. In the police service, I did a number of different roles: patrol officer, support section, administration, all sorts of different roles within the police service. But one of the roles that I enjoyed most, and the last section I was in, was in the Diversity Resources Unit. And as a member of the Diversity Resources Unit, what your role is to provide kind of a liaison between the police service and people from all sorts of different diverse communities within Calgary. And one day, a person was accessing the court, and to get into that court, you have to pass through security. So a person passed his bag through a scanner. Court security were suspicious of what might be in this particular person's backpack. So automatically they detained the person who was the owner of that backpack, but now with potentially an explosive device in the lobby of the provincial court building. They of course had to evacuate the entire building. This particular person did not speak English, or English was not his first language where he communicated most effectively. So now the detectives who were in charge of kind of figuring out what was going on were kind of looking at each other and said, what do we do? How do we communicate with this person? This person happened to speak Tigrinya, was the language that they were looking for. They really didn't even know what that was. The best we could do was kind of we had a binder on some shelf that sat somewhere that literally it was dusty, nobody had touched for a long time, and that was our list of interpreters. We pulled that down off the shelf, flipped it over to T. There happened to be one name on that page. What happens if that page had been ripped out of the binder, or that person was no longer at that cell phone? It would have taken us considerably longer. So that was kind of a precipitating event in my role to figure out that now we obviously needed to find a better way to be able to provide interpretation services to the members of the Calgary Police Service in a much more effective and time-effective way. As a professional police officer, we all want to provide the best service possible. That's why we joined, is to help people within our community. That means all people within our community. And if we can take a little extra step to help people communicate in a language that they feel more comfortable in, why wouldn't we do that? It's going to be good for them. They're going to be able to communicate accurate. It's going to be good for the police officer. They're going to be able to get communication and information that's accurate. Everybody's going to benefit from it. And Lisa provides that technology to make that connection between people who need a service and people who can provide that service. It's easy, it's efficient, it's cost efficient. It's just an easy way to provide better service. And we all want to be the best we can be in the job, and communication to being the best you can be is critical. If you have any questions, our contact information is below. Visit the website, download the application. We'd be more than happy to help.